Did Buckingham Palace or Prince William set a trap for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and were they gullible enough to fall into it?
Again, I have to be careful what I say, but that I won't be able to show, my children my homeland.
So, Meghan Markle wanted to rewrite the royal rules, and King Charles just handed her the rewrite of a lifetime. The Duchess, who once dreamed of curtsies, crowns, and camera flashes, just got a royal reality check.
I believe that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet need to be stripped and removed from the line of succession.
Reports are swirling that King Charles has quietly booted Meghan's kids right out of the royal line of succession. And let's be honest, no one's clutching their pearls in surprise.
As pressure grows on the UK Parliament, King Charles and Prince William to take action on all the wayward royals.
After years of interviews, tell-alls, and truth bombs, it seems the palace finally dropped one of its own. Harry, once the cheeky prince, now looks like the world's most overworked podcast guest, wandering through Montecito in emotional exile while Meghan turns every setback into a branding opportunity.
Meghan views those two children as commercial assets, which is gross and awful.
Remember when she said she wanted privacy? Yeah, right. This is the same woman who filmed the Netflix confessional that made Buckingham Palace trend harder than any royal wedding. And now, the woman who spent years claiming the crown didn't protect her family is reportedly furious that the monarchy won't protect her titles either. Oh, the irony.
One bill, and it would deal with Meghan and Harry, but also critically, P. Dinah, it would deal with Archie and Lily too.
From fairy tale tiaras to California PR disasters, Meghan's royal run has officially hit the tabloids harder than a headline about Harry's frostbite. But what King Charles just did, that's not a snub. That's a royal eviction notice. And trust me, the reaction from Meghan's camp will make this royal feud explode in ways no one's ready for.
Meghan needs content.
It's really quite sad.
Imagine this. The year is 2026. America's 250th birthday bash, red carpets, royal fanfare, and flashing cameras. Every major royal is lined up to celebrate the historic US tour. King Charles in April, William and Kate in July. Even minor cousins are polishing their medals for photo ops. But the couple who actually live in America, not invited. Yep. Harry and Meghan, the self-proclaimed global royals, didn't even make the guest list. And that's like hosting a barbecue in someone's backyard while telling them to stay inside.
Apparently, King Charles is not going to make a detour to go to Montecito, and it's unlikely that Harry will go and join him, because what will then happen, he will dominate the headlines.
Sources say the palace wanted to focus on working royals, which is royal speak for you quit now stay quit. It's poetic really. The Sussexes spent years lecturing the monarchy from a California mansion, and now the monarchy's showing it can do just fine without that. The US tour snub wasn't just political, it was personal. It screamed, you chose Spotify deals over royal duties. Enjoy your podcast royalties, not royal ones. And while Meghan's PR team scrambled to reinterpret the snub as a scheduling conflict, insiders say it cut deep for a couple obsessed with legacy and visibility. Being excluded from the biggest international stage was the ultimate humiliation.
Meghan Markle are set to be left out in the cold, lots of people are saying, and basically because they are no longer working royals. That's the main sort of reason they're not going to be there.
But here's the twist. That public embarrassment was only the beginning. Because what King Charles did next didn't just bruise their egos. It shattered Meghan's royal fantasy completely. Once upon a headline, Meghan Markle was Hollywood's feminist fairy tale. The actress who married a prince and promised to modernize the monarchy. Fast forward a few scandals later and she's now the internet's favorite cautionary meme. The glow of royal glamour, long gone, replaced by hashtags think pieces and late-night punchlines. After Netflix and Spotify cut ties, the Duchess tried to rebrand. Lifestyle guru, podcast philosopher, jam jar visionary, you name it, she trademarked it. But every reinvention felt like Daja VU glossy PR photos, a Tell You Truth interview, and another round of global eye-rolling.
Let's not forget the Oprah performance.
Oh yeah.
What?
They
what?
did what? These people?
What?
There's a conversation with you,
with Harry,
about how dark your baby is going to be?
potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Ooh, how dark your baby was going
It was
to be?
ridiculous.
Critics joked she went from royal duties to royal duvas. Even US outlets that once worshipped her started pulling back. Harper's Bazaar and People magazine pieces read more like damage control than adoration. Her publicist could spin gold from gossip, but not this time. Every attempt to reclaim the narrative only reminded people why she lost it. Meanwhile, Harry's distant demeanor on red carpets didn't help. He looked less like a doing partner and more like a man calculating how many Montecito mortgage payments it takes to stay relevant. And just when Meghan thought the backlash couldn't get worse, King Charles dropped a decision that turned public ridicule into royal retaliation. Because if the world had stopped laughing at her PR flops, what came next made sure they started again.
I can reveal that a secret briefing document has been sent by Buckingham Palace.
While Meghan's PR machine was busy putting out fires, King Charles was quietly rewriting royal history, and the ink wasn't even dry before the shock waves hit Montecito. Insiders claimed that behind closed palace doors, new modernized guidelines for the line of succession were being discussed. Translation: a polite gold-embossed way to say Archie and Lilibet are out. The so-called update reportedly focused on active working royals residing in the United Kingdom, which automatically disqualified the Sussex children. Add in the new citizenship and security clauses, and suddenly those Montecito playdates didn't look so royal anymore. For Meghan, it wasn't about rules. It was about revenge. Dressed in royal stationery, she saw the move as Charles drawing a line between the firm and the exiles. It's one thing to slim down the monarchy. It's another to trim off your own grandchildren. And of course, the palace denied everything, calling it routine administrative review. But the timing too perfect to be coincidence.
I think the palace and the machinery of the monarchy needs to take Harry and Meghan more seriously and make sure that Harry and Meghan's antics don't impact the future of the crown.
Not long after the awkward moments surrounding the US tour, another shift in palace policy seemed to send a clear signal. In royal circles, titles and lineage only carry weight if you follow the palace's rules. To Meghan, it reportedly felt less like reform and more like being slowly pushed out of the family story. But stepping aside quietly was never really her style. Instead, she started making calls. And those calls, according to insiders, had the potential to rattle the palace more than any interview or streaming documentary ever had. People close to the situation say that when Meghan feels cornered, her instinct is to bring in legal muscle. So when rumors spread that King Charles had quietly reshaped the monarchy's structure, Meghan was said to be searching for lawyers almost immediately. Attorneys in California, London, and just about anywhere with a strong legal reputation were reportedly on her radar. The idea behind those conversations was simple, at least in theory. You can't remove someone from a family they married into. That was the argument some believed her team was exploring. Speculation even reached back to the 1701 Act of Settlement, a centuries-old law that determines who can inherit the British throne. It's the kind of legislation written for kings and queens, not modern celebrity-level royal drama. But according to the rumors, Meghan's camp was looking at every possible angle. If the palace was tightening control over the royal lineup, Meghan appeared ready to challenge the script. And if necessary, she seemed prepared to take that fight from headlines to courtrooms.
Prince William will strip his exiled brother Prince Harry's children of their HRH titles when he becomes king.
But apparently for me, that doesn't matter.
Tabloids had a blast with the story. Some headlines framed her as the Duchess daring to take on a king in court. Others treated it like a California courtroom fantasy gone too far. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace said nothing at all. The kind of silence that sends its own message, no response needed. Critics called the move desperate. Supporters saw it as bold. But even people close to Meghan admitted something quietly. Challenging the monarchy in court is a bit like trying to sue gravity. It rarely ends the way you expect. While Meghan was said to be preparing for another fight, gathering lawyers and planning her next move, the mood around Prince Harry seemed very different. Behind the scenes, he appeared worn down by the pressure. Once known as the monarchy's rebellious spirit, Harry now looked like someone caught in a very expensive identity crisis. The prince who used to laugh off tabloid headlines was suddenly avoiding cameras in California coffee shops. Sunglasses on, expression guarded, as if still trying to decide whether this new life was really the freedom he had imagined. Sources close to the situation suggested Harry wasn't eager for another public battle with the palace. The Oprah interview, the Netflix series, and his tell-all memoir had already strained those relationships. Starting another fight, this time in court, felt less like a solution and more like pouring gasoline on a fire that never fully went out.
I would have taken the Sussexes. So I get a call from Prince Harry on Easter Saturday, and he says, "Sorry to bother you, but..."
What's the secret to your eternal personal glow?
Well, Harry. Meg-goo, celebrating the sexy earth goddess in all of us.
Inside their Montecito circle, people began noticing the strain. Meghan was said to be angry and ready to push back, while Harry looked worn down by the constant spotlight. One insider described it bluntly: he thought leaving royal life would bring peace, but instead he traded palace walls for paparazzi lenses. Behind closed doors, friends quietly mentioned that Harry sometimes missed home. Not the titles or the royal politics, but the normal parts of life he once had. Just being Harry without every move turning into a headline. For Meghan, stepping back never seemed like an option. She was determined to keep fighting. But for Harry, each new controversy felt like another weight on his shoulders. As the battles kept building, he reportedly began questioning whether the price of that freedom had been higher than he expected. In the middle of all the noise, it started to look like the real damage wasn't being done to the monarchy. It was happening within the couple themselves. While the public argued about Meghan's clash with the royal establishment, a quieter strategy was unfolding inside Buckingham Palace. According to royal insiders, the palace had been working on a long-term plan often described as Operation Slim Crown. The idea was simple: reshape the monarchy into a smaller, more controlled institution. It wasn't about sudden anger or personal grudges. Advisors reportedly saw it as a practical move. Fewer working royals, fewer public controversies, and a clearer image for the future of the crown. In that kind of strategy, unpredictable figures become liabilities. And according to those same insiders, the Sussexes quickly found themselves near the top of that list.